you all? I'm E-Man Booze. Long time no video, but it's good to be back. Now, a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I, my granddaughter, my daughter and son-in-law, we were down in Florida vacationing, and we were eating in a Moroccan restaurant and came across a spirit that I thought was called Mahia. Turns out it's called Mahia, and we're going to tell you all about it this evening. So let me get a little bit in the glass, and just to let it open up just a bit. Doesn't need much coaxing though. Ooh, I can smell it already. So what is Mahia? Well, it's kind of like tequila is to Mexico, but it's Morocco's national spirit. Classically, it's distilled from either dates or figs, most often figs, with the addition of a little bit of aniseed. So it's a clear spirit. The French call them, or any clear spirit distilled from a fruit, the French call an de-vie, or water of life. And it turns out that this word here, Mahia, means water of life as well. Now, currently, this product is made in New York by a fellow by the name of David Nahmias. And David, it's funny because his name is Nahmias. See this here? This is how it's spelled. This is how it looks. His name is Nahmias, and he makes Mahia. And what's interesting about that is David's name is, or the name of the spirit is in his family's name. But even more interesting is that David's family's been making this spirit from an heirloom family recipe that goes all the way back to the year 1900. So his mother made it, his grandmother, who knows, maybe a whole bunch of other family members as well. And they made it artisanally, and they were known for their Mahia. But as years went by, most of the Jewish community who often made Mahia left Morocco. So David had left Morocco too. And then his mother came to New York to live with him. She had passed away, and David wanted something else to do career-wise, and he kept hearing his mother's voice in his head. Let's make Mahia in the United States. Let's make Mahia in the United States. So we put together a business plan, got some cash together, started a distillery, and started making Mahia about 7 years ago now. So it's neat. It's neat. The whole story behind it's remarkable. But how is it made? Okay, so he gets California figs, 400 pounds at a time, and he uses a German fruit crusher, crushes those figs up, mixes them with a little bit of water, about 200 gallons of water for every 400 pounds or so. And then he needs, after he gets that fruit wash all put together, or fruit mash rather, he has to get yeast into that mixture, and then so that the yeast will eat the sugar from the figs and convert that to alcohol. Now that takes 2 weeks. That's a very long fermentation using a highly tolerant strain of yeast that is specific for fruit brandies or eau de vies. And after 2 weeks, he has this fermented fruit wash with an alcoholic percentage of somewhere between 8 and 10%. Now that spirit then gets put into the copper pot still. He adds a little bit of whole aniseed, or anise seed, however you want to say it, and he distills it, not twice, not 3 times, only one single time, fairly slow, fairly low, for about an 8-hour period, and then you have Mahia. Let's get this neat, unique spirit up on the nose here. It's as if somebody cut a fig and stuck it underneath your nose, but with a little bit of power behind it. It's floral, slightly earthy, but you definitely pick up that scent of fresh fig. Even more interesting is I pick up notes of roses, of fresh roses. And that could be an ester that was formed during fermentation or distillation. There's a slight, ever so slight smokiness in the background. But for the most part, the fig aroma is the most prevalent with the rose note, little bit of the ethanol that is produced. You get that in the nose as well. Let's throw her up on the palate. You do taste figs, for sure. This spirit is not sweet. There is no sugar added to this spirit whatsoever. The only sugar is the natural sugar from the figs, which once in contact with the yeast turns the sugar into alcohol. So it is very dry, but it is floral, and it comes across wonderful. It is unadulterated. There's nothing much detracting from the flavor of the fig here. It is pure. It is ethereal. It's smooth, very smooth. I even almost pick up a slight taste of like apricot or peach, but on the more on the apricot side. It's just amazing. It's amazing what's going on in the spirit. Absolutely amazing. You know, it takes about 6 pounds of figs for every 750 milliliter bottle. It's a lot. What else? Am I missing anything else here? Let me see. Went over that, went over that, went over that. Oh, that's about it. Well, I can think of a lot of good things to do with this spirit here, aside from just sipping on it, which is definitely high on my list of things to do this evening. But incorporation into cocktails. I was actually playing around with it yesterday, and if you check my Instagram page, I did create a cocktail with fig puree, the Mahia spirit, the Baltimore Whiskey Company's ginger apple liqueur, their 1904 ginger apple liqueur, some rosemary lavender bitters, some lime juice, some rosemary fresh muddled, all that together, all those ingredients in the pool, and we had a great cocktail. So check that out on Instagram. Now, where do you find these guys? Well, if you go on YouTube and you type in Nahmias, spelled like this again, or you go to their website, you'll find a few really nice videos of David, interviews with David, and he even shows you how the spirit's made on some of those videos. I'm glad that I was able to review it today. This is a precious type of thing because you don't come across it too often. There's very few fig-based spirits in the world. I know of one that's similar to this from Tunisia, and I forget the name of it, but you don't come across this every day. So look these guys up on the internet. There are links on their website to other resources. You can also search if your state allows you to ship or to purchase alcohol for shipment into your locale. Then you can buy this online. It's about $40 a bottle. It is wonderful, though. Check it out. Check out Nahmias et Fils. That means Nahmias and Sons in French. Okay? Check them out at nahmiasetfils.com. I'm E-Man Booze. Have a good evening. Bye, you all.